Aliyurt is a small, quiet village in the North Caucasus. The trail from the Moscow airport attack leads here. This is the house the alleged bomber lived in, together with his parents and siblings. Magomed Yevyolev lived to be only 20. Most people here knew the young man, but few are willing to talk about him.
He obeyed his elders, greeted people, and was well behaved. We still can't believe it. We're all in shock.
One has to be strict with children. Some people spoil their kids or don't have time to raise them properly.
Yevloyev's mother is being looked after by relatives. She doesn't dare go to her old home anymore. She still can't believe he blew himself up in Moscow. She hasn't been allowed to identify his remains.
I would have recognized his body among 1,000 others, but they won't let me. Maybe I'm to blame. But I gave birth to a child, not a terrorist.
A teacher by profession, she's now officially on leave. Her daughter and her other son have been detained. They're suspected of having helped prepare the attack on Moscow's Domodedovo airport. 36 people were killed in the blast.
I'm not opposed to the law, but I cannot understand why I cannot see my children. The youngest, Ahmed, I finally got to visit him. But not Fatima, not for 2 weeks now.
Religious leaders in the largely Muslim Ingushetia have condemned the bombing. Islam forbids the killing of innocents, says Mufti Isa Kamkoyev. He says that message is preached again and again at Friday prayers. But why do young people here become terrorists? It's a question that constantly troubles the Mufti.
Some people say, if there were enough jobs and our young people could keep themselves busy, there would be no such attacks. But that can't be the only reason. We in Ingushetia have lived through harder times, but we never committed these kinds of acts.
For years, Russia has been fighting in the North Caucasus region against Islamic extremists in Ingushetia, Chechnya and Dagestan, extremists who don't shy away from terrorist attacks. And after every bombing, the heavy hand of the Russian state comes down hard, with anti-terrorism operations and ruthless violence against suspected terrorists and their helpers. So far with little success. But no state representative was willing to tell us that on camera. Human rights activists from the group Memorial are all the more outspoken. From torture to kidnappings and killings, Tamerlan Akiev lists human rights abuses committed in the name of the struggle against terrorism.
If these kinds of methods continue to be used, if fresh violence always follows a terrorist act and unlawful violence is committed against suspects, then new terrorists will continue to be trained. People who can be easily recruited and will let themselves be used as human bombs.
The brother-in-law of the suspected Moscow attacker was also killed in anti-terrorism operations. Could that have been his motive? His mother says she doesn't know. All she does know, she says, is that life in the North Caucasus has become a nightmare of hopelessness and despair.